Hey, it's Edge here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Bitcoin with Elliott Wave Theory. Today's video is going to be about Bitcoin, but we're going to be comparing it against ETH and seeing how that can be affecting the counts. First of all, again, starting here on 1 hour time frame, and again we're going to be analyzing this section first before we are jumping into the drop here. So first of all, again, I've seen some people have this as a potential AB. For me, this is not probable at all, because again, we go well beyond the 1.618 retracement here of this original move. So people have this as an AB. For this to be a B wave, that would be fine as a B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for that C wave. So that makes still sense. However, this being part of that move does not make sense to me. Now, why does that fit the idea, or doesn't fit the idea either on ETH, is because of this. Here is the same exact structure. This is the 6th or 5th high, 5th of April high, and Bitcoin has a here. And again, we would still create a somewhat okay look here, but again, it goes well beyond the extensions that I'd use. But here on ETH, I can't be labeling this as an AB coming down for a C, or even here, A, B, C. You see the proportions are not there. There's no comparison to me at all. So to make sure that ETH and Bitcoin are lining up together better, I feel like this is best labeled as an end of something and the move down as a start of something new. Now, while we are here on the ETH chart, let's take a look at the structure here. I was looking for a long setups here because we had a potential 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, creating this ending diagonal here. I was looking for a long setup here. We got a move up here, if I can show you. I think it was one of these, and I was looking for a long setup and got stopped out here. And after which I did not look into it again, or trying to long again. Why? Because again, the structure was not there. I was looking for this as an ending diagonal here, which looked very decent. We had all the proper divergences that we had, and again, I would take that trade any day still. However, again, as time has gone by and the weekend has now gone over, I think this is the way to label this thing at this moment. Alteration to this wave 2 for this wave 4, creating some kind of more complex structure here. We did not take out the highs yet here, or sorry, the lows on ETH either. So there is a slight possibility where we are creating a structure like that. And wave 4 is not in yet. And then, only then, we are going to be getting that 5th. Again, the idea of this becoming anything bullish is invalidated at these lows around 1823. We have almost gotten there, but not yet. But that is the idea here on ETH. So one more low expectation, and then I would be looking for the retracement of this move. Probably going to be taking this whole week, in my opinion, at least the whole week. For this one, again, targets, I would be comparing this 5th leg against the wave 1, and 1-to-1 would be 1792 and 1.618 1731. The good thing about these lower targets here is that we are going to be taking the liquidity that we have here. We basically have a triple bottom here, or at least a double bottom here. So there's certainly some kind of liquidity pool here where the 1.382 is. But of course, we're going to be needing to look at the structure of what is forming here. Possibly something like that. But we'll take a look at that later once that forms. On Bitcoin, it is very similar. Again, however, this structure here is still a bit of a question mark for me, whether I want to be labeling it as a 1, 2, 1, 2, or a some kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've labeled this into a diagonal. It does not need to be a diagonal, so I'll just remove this because there's no overlap. So again, overall, either a 1, 2, 1, 2, or just a 1, 2. I've labeled this now for just a wave 1, 2, but I do like the idea that this is 1, 2, 1, 2 as well. The issue is that this structure here is a bit larger than this one, and generally that is not the case since this is a smaller, or would be a smaller degree structure. So this is the favorite at the moment. So what we got here is, again, we talked about the possibility of coming back to the 38.2. We never did. Of course, there is still a possibility that we are going to be getting this up higher, getting closer to that 38.2 here, creating this kind of ABC instead of what I have here. I kind of like that as well, since this looks kind of impulsive to the downside. And again, that could be based on A, B, and C, or that this is an ABC and this would become a wave 1 of that fifth. Again, same thing as we did on ETH, we would be comparing that fifth with the fourth here, and we might be looking even for an extension, because again, we did not get any extension here on the third wave. On ETH, we certainly did get an extension, so I'm not quite sure if we are going to be looking for that at all here. 1-to-1 would be taking out all the liquidity that we have previous lows here. 1.618 is not going to be taking any liquidity more, so these are the first targets I would be aiming for at this point, around 26.5k. So yeah, that is one area of interest. If we don't get an extension, the 1-to-1 is still a very decent area to look for potential reversal. We have the 2.236, which is again one of the main targets for fifth wave, if the third wave nor the fifth wave is extended like we would have here. So again, there's some confluence here, 26k. Not at the liquidity areas that I would want, but again, I guess there is some support here based on these tops here, quite a few of them. But yeah, that is the expectation for Bitcoin. In my opinion, this is again the start of something new. We'd be looking for some kind of move upwards, and then again, continuation to the downside. That's my bias for now, and we'll see again how that changes if the price again does something that I don't expect. But that's going to do it for this video. Again, if you enjoyed, let me know in the comments and leave a like in the video. Again, if you want to educate yourself more, check out the following advertisements. But for now, I thank you for watching and hope to see you on the next videos. Bye bye. Couple of advertisements here: Patreon Elliott Wave Basics course, weekly live streams and more Elliott Wave analyzes. Udemy Elliott Wave Advanced course, including RSI, risk management, Elliott Wave strategies and time analysis, and counter trend capital, trade setups, education and community. Check us out if you're interested in learning more.